Hey everyone, what's going on? It's me, John, and I'm back. Yes, I actually making a regular video again where it's just me talking. I know it's been a while since I've done one, probably a month or two since I made a video where it's just me talking. So, anyways, I got a nice long video for you guys to watch today. I'm going to be showing you all the stuff that I have got from all the shows I've been to, and along with some stories from each show I've been to. And I got shirts, ticket stubs, tour programs, and other little knickknacks here and there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit nasally or off. I have a little head cold, little cold from one of the shows I went to just a week ago. I was standing outside in the freezing cold for 15 minutes waiting for the doors to open, and I caught a cold. So I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally. So, anyways, let's get this started. So I've been to exactly let me think. I've been to exactly 8 shows. My first show, as I'm going to show you right now, if I can get the ticket stub out. Let me get all my ticket stubs out quickly. Have them all in this little uh, Ziploc bag. Just get all these ticket stubs out, and I'll show you. The first show I ever went to was on, wait, is that it? Yeah, February 23rd, 2019, Cheap Trick. My first ever concert was Cheap Trick live at the Lynn Auditorium in Lynn, Massachusetts, Saturday, February 23rd, 2019. And unfortunately, this is the only thing I have from the show. I didn't get a shirt and stuff. I didn't take any videos. I did take some pictures, but I didn't take any videos. And that's because I was new to this. I didn't know the importance of like, oh, when you go to a show, you have to get a shirt or something. They did have shirts, and I remember one of the shirts that they had, which I thought were pretty cool, was it was just a Cheap Trick logo going down the shirt, and it was like in American flag colors. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know why my dumbass didn't buy it. I should have got it, but I got the ticket stub to remember the show by and a few pictures. The opening act for this show, I do not remember the name of, and I remember they were just a tiny, tiny band. Uh, so Cheat Trick, their stage had like the checkerboard thing in the back, and of course you got the wooden floor of the auditorium and stuff. And usually, usually for opening acts, they block out the headliners act to just show off the opening act stage. But they didn't even do that because this band that was opening for them was this tiny, tiny solo artist band. It wasn't even like a full band. It was just a solo artist guy, and it was a three-member band. It was the solo artist guy on guitar and vocals, some guy on bass, and some guy on drums. And all their stage was just two bar stools and a little rug. I'm not kidding you. The rug, the drummer had his drumstick on the rug, on the carpet, on the whatever you want to call it on the stage, and then two bar stools for the singer and the bass player. That's it. And I don't remember how their music went. I don't remember how it was. I guess they were okay because I don't remember hating on them. The only thing I can remember was that the dude had like sunglasses and he had like a hat and stuff. And I remember, and the only memorable thing I can remember is him at the end of the set saying, "We are so and so, and next up is Cheap Motherfucking Trick." He said, and Cheap Trick were fun, man. Robin Zander, one of my favorite vocalists ever, and uh, anybody out there that's a Cheap Trick fan that's a subscriber to my channel, because I haven't seen anybody on my channel that's a fan of Cheap Trick except for my good friend Kyle. He loves Cheap Trick, but it's just me and Kyle here. Anybody else out there that's a fan of Cheap Trick? Because I love Cheap Trick. Uh, like I said, the show went pretty well, and if you guys want to know the whole set list, just look up this date on setlist.fm. I can't remember every single song they played, but I do remember they played, let me think. Of course, they played I Want You to Want Me, Surrender, Dream Police. They also played California Man, Big Eyes, which was probably the highlight of the show because I love that song. Uh, they played Magical Mystery Tour, the Beatles cover with Tom Peterson singing. Uh, let me think. Oh, what's that song called? It's from Heaven Tonight. It's a good one as well. Top of the World. I think they played. I think they played that song, and good. They played a good amount of stuff, and it was a really fun show. The only complaint that I have though was that the guitars were very like overbearing. Like when the sound where a guitar makes if you have like the gain too much or like anybody. Hold on, my God, sorry. Their sound was good, but like you know how sometimes a band's sound is a little bit too like wall of noise sound where you can't really make out the bass that well. Everything's like very, like very loud. Like it's hard to hear. It's just all guitar and drums you hear. You can't really hear the vocals or bass that well. That's how it was for Cheap Trick. Now I could hear Robin Zander pretty well, but I could not hear Tom Peterson at all. Uh, but yeah, that was the only complaint I have about this. Yeah, Cheap Trick live at the Lynn Auditorium, my first ever show, 2019. All right, my second show was it took place about a month later on March 26, 2019. Kiss on the End of the Road tour at the TD Garden at the TD Garden in Boston, March 26, 2019. Uh, this was very very early in the tour, as I'll show you in a minute. The tour book I have is just the second version. I know there's like 6 or 7 versions of that tour book. I have the second version. I know that the tour started in January 31st in Vancouver. So this was about a month and a half after they started. Sold out show. It was amazing. Me, my dad, and my uncle went, and this was when they had that painter open for the show, and I thought it was bizarre having a painter open, but it was kind of cool, I guess. And trying to remember. I didn't take any videos again because I don't know why. But I took a lot of photos though. Some pretty good pictures I took. And it was a really great fun show, I gotta tell you. The pyrotechnics were amazing because, Kiss puts on a great pyrotechnics show. Like, from where me, my dad, and my uncle were sitting, we were sitting about, not on floor level seats, but like, here's how the garden is. You have the floor seats where the ice rink and the basketball court is, for the Celtics and Bruins, and then you start having the seats that start going up like this. Well, let's just say that the floor was here and the seats were here. Me and my dad, and my uncle, like were right here, and really good seats, and we could feel the heat from the flames from there, which was amazing. We could feel it all the way from there. Uh, Let me try to think. Anything else from that show I can remember before I show you the Sheridan tour book? Oh yeah. I remember Paul Stanley talking to the crowd, saying like, explaining their history in Boston, how they first played in Boston at the Orpheum Theater in 75, 76, but then they weren't allowed to play at the original Boston Garden because of the pyrotechnics show. But then they were able to come back when the TD Garden opened in the late 90s during the reunion era. Actually, that's when my dad and my uncle saw Kiss for the first time. They saw them on the reunion tour and Psycho Circus. And then Paul Stanley said, "Raise your hand if this is the first time seeing us." And I raised my hand, obviously. And this one guy behind me, he must have thought I've been to a show before because I was singing every word, no lyric for lyric, word for word, because I'm a Kiss freak. And he was shocked to see it. This was my first ever Kiss show, and he taps me on the shoulder. He says, "Welcome to the club," and he gives me a handshake, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's awesome." uh, the dude sitting next to my dad was wearing Ace Frehley makeup, which is pretty cool and stuff. And let me think. Oh, Paul Stanley looked at me for a millisecond. You know how Paul Stanley, whenever they play Love Gun, he goes on his zip line thing and goes to that platform that's at the edge of the or in the middle of the floor of the arena. He was there dancing around, playing and stuff, looking out to the crowd, and I'm waving at him. And just for a millisecond, he looked at me, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's awesome!" uh, And for songs, from what I can remember, uh, obviously they opened the show with Detroit Rock City, Rock and Roll All Night. They played Beth. Do You Love Me was Do You Love Me the final encore? No, it wasn't. Second to last encore. I Was Made for Loving You, Love Gun, obviously. Let Me Go Rock and Roll, they played. War Machine and I Love It Loud, they played. Heaven's on Fire, Lick It Up. And oh, Say Yeah, they played. That was like the newest song that they played, the most recent song. But for anyone that really wants to see all the songs in order, just look up that date and you'll find it. So I'm going to show you the shirt now and the tour book I got. And now the shirt I got, as you can see, doesn't look that great. Because this is a bootleg shirt. I didn't know better, and in the Garden's parking lot, the TD Garden has its own indoor parking lot. There was these guys going around, and well, obviously, this is my second show, so I don't know anything about bootleggers. And my dad and uncle didn't say anything. I guess they didn't know either. But they're like, "Oh, they're selling them for $40 in there, but get them for $20 here." I'm like, "Okay," and I didn't notice till afterwards, like, oh, wait a second, these shirts look different than the ones inside. And as you can see, like, Paul's hand looks completely white and stuff and doesn't look that great quality. uh, but, like, too late then, but it's still a cool shirt, though. It has, like, the end of the rope thing, and on the back side, they have tour dates with the KISS logo and the autographs from past and present members, like Vinnie Vincent, Eric Singer. I think that's Peter Chris's signature. Obviously, Gene there, Paul, Ace. Wait a second, is there two Pauls here? There's Eric Carr. Wait, whose autograph is who here? Which one's Paul's and which one? All right, whatever. But it's still a cool shirt though. It's just like, oh, if I knew this was a bootleg shirt, I wouldn't have got it. But now I know better. And I'm gonna show you the tour book now, and I'm just gonna skim through it because I've already shown this tour book before in a long video way back where I showed all my tour books that I own, and I'm just gonna skim through it. It goes through all the band's history, live pictures. Yep, I've looked through this many times because it's basically like a yearbook kind of thing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Go to the 70s. Live 2, Dynasty, Unmasked, Creatures, Gene's Page, Lick It Up, Animalize, Asylum, Crazy Nights. Cool shot of the band there. If you could see it, like, it's kind of like shiny a little bit. I don't know if you could really see that on camera, but it, like the way you hold up to the light, it kind of shines. Hot in the Shade and Revenge. Wait, oops. So I skipped that. Kiss My Ass, Convention Tour, then the Reunion Tour, Psycho Circus, Farewell Tour. There's Tommy's Page, World Domination, Rock the Nation Tour, all these 2000 tours that nobody cares about. Sorry. Rising Sun, Hit and Run Tour, Live 35, Sonic Boom, Hottest Show on Earth. There's Eric's page. Just the tour. Very original name, guys. Monster, we're at the anniversary, Freedom to Rock, Kiss World Tour, and of course, the World Tour. Yeah, from 2019 to 2020. Now it's like from 2019 through 2023 now. That picture was taken in October 2018. As you can see down there, this is the second version of the tour book. And speaking of Eric Singer, I forgot to grab this other thing. Hold on a second, guys. I forgot. I got another thing that belongs to Eric Singer from this show. Okay, so at the merch booth, they were selling autographed things from Eric and Tommy. Obviously, nothing from Paul and Gene because you need to pay $1,000 for VIP for that. So they were charging $40 for a Tommy Thayer autograph picture, but they were selling for $50 this autographed Eric Singer drum head thing. You know, like how drummers hit the, you know what it is. And It's actually autographed, and here's the funny thing: my dad and uncle were like, "I don't know if this is autographed or not," and they were trying to pick at it and scratch at it when we got in the car. And when I looked at it, I'm like, "Guys, you scratched it all up. It's a real autograph." And they're like, "Oh, sorry." But yeah, it is a real Eric Singer autograph, a drumhead thing or whatever you call it. So yeah, that's all from the End of the Road Kiss show. I got a bootleg shirt, tour book, and this. So okay. Sorry if I'm going super slow with this, but I told you guys, sit back, relax, and just listen. So now I don't go to a show now for another uh let's see, 2.5 years, because obviously the pandemic happened. I was supposed to see Alice Cooper in June of 2020, but obviously that got canceled and we got refunds. But Alice Cooper came back again with Ace Frehley, and he did come on September 21st, 2021. Now, unfortunately, I don't have anything from that show. I didn't buy a shirt because I'm an idiot. Uh, like I should have known better and stuff like it. But the reason why I didn't bother was they only had one or two merch stands, and the lines to them were ridiculous. Now I'm willing to wait in a line, but I guess I just didn't want to bother waiting in a line and seeing the prices of a shirt. The shirts were like $50, $60 and stuff. I'm like, I'm not buying for that. Little I know that a year later I'll be spending $50 on another shirt, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I don't even have a ticket stub because they didn't offer it. My dad said that they didn't offer paper tickets. He only got the digital ones. So all I got for you guys to remember the show is the videos I recorded. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I did record a good amount of songs at the Alice Cooper / Ace Frehley show I saw. So go check it out on my channel. I think if you just go into my playlist, you'll find Ace Frehley live in Boston 2021 and Alice Cooper live in Boston 2021. Oh yeah, the venue I saw it at. It was, the venue always changes its name, but I think it's called the Leader Bank Pavilion when I saw it, and it was a kind of like an amphitheater kind of thing, and it was really cool and a great night as well. It didn't rain, it wasn't too cold. Once again, like I said, it was in September, so fall didn't really kick in yet. Uh, and let me think. Oh, there was these funny guys behind me. Once again, it was me, my dad, and my uncle that went. My uncle and dad mostly went to see Ace Frehley and stuff, but I was there to see both Ace and Alice. But there was these three drunk guys behind us, and they were old metalheads talking and stuff, and they were playing music over the speakers, obviously like how they do at a show. And they were playing, mostly Alice Cooper songs because obviously Alice Cooper. And I can still remember from first walking in after like going through like the scanner thing, how they check you and stuff, uh, to see if you have like any weapons on you and stuff. I remember first walking in, blasting on the speakers was Pick Up the Bones from Brutal Plane. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Just like I can still see in my head just looking around all over the venue, seeing the stage and stuff, and just hearing Pick Up the Bones and Set Them on Fire. Awesome, awesome. I remember they played Spark in the Dark over the speakers and a bunch of other tunes. But they were playing other metal and stuff, and I remember they played Battery from Metallica. And the guys behind us, one of them says, "Oh, I saw Metallica back in 1988 on the Injustice for All tour. And after the Black Album, it was all." I guess he's a Black Album hater. I guess he never really gave him a chance after the Black Album. But, and during the show, they were hilarious because if you guys listen closely on one of the songs I was recording, actually it was during Love Gun when I recorded Ace when he did Love Gun. One of the guys behind me yelled, "Play Snowblind, god damn it!" And I was like, yeah, I wish Ace would have played more solo songs. Like the only solo songs that he did at that show was just New York Groove, and that's it. The rest he did was just Kiss songs that either he sang or he co-wrote, like Parasite and Cold Gin. He played. I don't know why he played Love Gun Story. He didn't co-write those, but he played Rocket Ride. He played let me think. Shock Me, I think he played. He didn't play 2000 Man though, which was kind of a bummer. But I was wishing for him to play at least like a couple Soul songs. Doesn't even have to be from his Frehley's Comet days, just from the '78 Soul album. But all he did was just do New York Groove. I know later on he added Rip It Out to the set list, but it wasn't at the show I saw. Once again though, Ace was pretty cool and stuff, and his backing band was pretty cool. Now Alice put on an amazing show. I got a lot of good recordings. Like if you watch the videos, I recorded the part where he gets decapitated with the guillotine, the big giant baby that comes jumping around on stage during $1 Billion Babies. The guy dressed up as Jason killing the camper girl during He's Back, the Man Behind the Mask. Um, Alice sounded great. The whole band sounded great. Tommy Hendrickson and stuff, and Ryan Roxy was great, but Nia Strauss took a. She was, besides Alice, she was the highlight of the show. Her guitar playing was phenomenal, and her solo was amazing as well. And I think a lot of you found my channel through that video because my dad actually recorded that video of her doing the guitar solo. I recorded all the full main songs, but my dad decided to record her doing her guitar solo, and that thing has 70,000 views now, which is insane. And I thank you guys for that. And I remember at the end of the show, Alice was saying when he was introducing all the band members during School's Out and stuff. Even before he mentioned her name and stuff, he said Her Majesty, and everybody went roaring for her because she was just phenomenal. Too bad now she left the band, but hey, at least we got Kane Roberts back. We got another cool past member back in Alice's band, but uh, going back on Nia Strauss, once again, she was amazing. Alice was amazing. Amazing fun show. And if you want to check out the set list, just go on to Setlist FM. And the exact date was September 21st, 2021. Okay, so next show happened a few months later. It was Black Friday of last year, actually. On November 26th, I believe. Yes, November 26th, 2021. Yngwie Malmsteen at the Tupelo Music Hall in Derry, New Hampshire, which is one of my favorite concert venues. I've been there twice, as you'll see with another show coming up. Man, this is such a great venue. Nice atmosphere, great sound, very chill and stuff. Even, I don't know why it only holds 700 people though. It should hold up to 1,000, but it only holds up to 700. But besides the venue, let me talk about the show. So this show I obviously went with my dad and uncle, but I went with another uncle of mine went along with it as well because my both my uncles are huge Yngwie fans, just like me. And on the ticket there, it says Yngwie Malmsteen and John 5. But on the way down to the show, one of my uncles found out through Twitter that John 5 will not be performing at the show, just be Yngwie. And we're like, okay, cool. I was just like, all right. I don't know too much from John 5. I know he's a cool guitar player. I know he's a great guitar player, actually. But I was like, okay, just there to see Yngwie. And before I talk about Yngwie, he actually had two opening acts that night. So even if John 5 was there would have been four bands, but instead there was three. The first opening act was this band called Sunlord. I don't know if any of you out there heard of them. Kind of an underground band. Both bands that opened were underground bands. Never heard of before. And they were kind of like a thrash kind of band. Thrash with a... Yeah, they were kind of like thrash metal, basically. I would say like thrash metal, like Slayer kind of thrash, early Megadeth thrash mixed with Pantera vocals. So like Phil Samo singing Slayer kind of deal. They were all right and stuff. My uncle did not like them at all, but my other uncle he was like yeah, and I was like all right, they're kind of cool and stuff. Very simple stage and stuff. Uh, I remember the guitar. It was a three-piece band. The guitar player and singer, the bass player, and a drummer. The drummer was phenomenal. The bass player was playing a Rickenbacker with a pick, and the other dude, the singer, he was playing this cool red BC Rich. I don't know which kind of BC Rich, but the only song I can remember them doing though was this because of how stupid it was. The chorus was literally better do your fucking push-ups. Like something to do with push-ups or something. It was stupid, but I guess they were a lot of fun. Uh, then the next band to come up was this other band called Images of Eden, and they were kind of like a Christian metal band, or actually no, not Christian metal, no, progressive metal band, and they were really good. I gotta say, they were really good. The singer, really cool guy. He had a lot of positive things to say. He was like, explaining like how we've been through a lot during this pandemic and stuff, this and that. But he was a really, but he was telling us like, just the way he talked to the audience, he felt down to earth. He felt really cool. He wasn't like, "Hey, get your hands up me," or "Yeah, let me hear you over there." No, no, no. He was just talking sincerely, being grateful for having shows again, and they were really good. I took a lot of pictures of them and stuff. They were like a 5, 6 piece band, and they even covered "Fight the Good Fight" from Triumph, which was pretty cool. Um, and after them was Inve, and I guess I'll grab the shirt now. Inve didn't have that much merch though, unfortunately. He only had two shirts, I believe, or actually I don't know. I think he only had this one shirt. He had a couple of signed CDs and stuff, signed vinyls and signed DVDs, and that's it. That's all he had, not that much. And I got the shirt here. It's the Parabellum tour, the album that he's still currently touring on. He's touring a lot for this album. Uh, and all it is just the album cover. Still a neat shirt to have, but I was kind of hoping for it to say like Parabellum tour or something, or at least have the tour dates on the back. No, it just has the Parabellum album cover on it. And unfortunately, I got this in wait, what size did I get this in? I got this in a large, so it doesn't really fit me that well, even though it's been a year. uh, but still great to have. But back on the show though, Envy, he was pretty good, I gotta say. It sucks though that he doesn't have a proper singer now. It's just him singing and the keyboardist guy singing, and holy crap, like he really like wanted to be like the like stand down stuff to the point where he cramped the bass player, the drummer, and the keyboardist off to like the left side. Well, like if I'm facing the stage, like on the left side of the stage, cramped them all there while he's doing his cool things. And holy crap, he played amazingly. He had all these like fake Marshall stacks and stuff like he always does. Envy is not really known for having crazy stage shows. It's always just amps piled on top of amps. Obviously, he did his kicking thing. He kicked picks out into the audience. And let me think. He did mostly instrumental stuff. Not too many songs with singing. Songs I do remember that he sang, though, was Rising Force, which he only played half of for some reason. He didn't play the full song. We opened the show with that, which was awesome. Uh, he played You Don't Remember, I'll Never Forget. He didn't play Queen of Love, though, which I was bummed out about. He didn't play Queen of Love. He didn't play Heaven Tonight. He didn't play Dreamin'. He didn't play Deja Vu. He didn't play I'll See the Light Tonight. None of that. He didn't play any of that. Nothing from Eclipse, which was my favorite Inve album. But I remember he played Relentless Fury off this album, and I was like, yeah, that's an awesome song. He played Seventh Sign, which was amazing, which I recorded. He played Black Star, obviously, and then a bunch of other instrumental tracks. Now, the thing is, I recorded about 4 songs from this show. Not even, like, I recorded, let me think. I recorded 2 songs and just two instrumentals I did because before he went on, for some reason, they said over the speakers, like, we ask you to not record anything on your phones and not to use any flash photography. I was like, ah, shit, I wanted to record him doing Rising Force. Um, so I was just taking pictures and stuff and taking like little clips here and there, like recording it for about 20 or 30 seconds, like having my phone low to record and stuff. But then I noticed other people started recording and the security wasn't doing anything, and it was already midway through the show. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna record any songs that I know at this point. And like I said, just go check it out. I recorded four videos from this show. I do have like little 20-second or 30-second clips of songs and instrumentals. And if you want me to post those, I can if you want me to. But The crowd wasn't really into it though. I was into it and stuff, and obviously my uncle, like one of my uncles, yelled out after Inve finished, like after Inve finished one of the songs, he yelled out, "Inve!" and Inve looked up and he was trying to see who yelled that. Uh, and the venue we were seeing about midway through around the middle part of the venue, and the venue's not big to begin with, so we were pretty decently close to the stage. Now, here's another thing I got from the show. It's not just this shirt I got. I got a Holy Grail item. At the end of the show, while we're walking out, me and my uncle noticed that everybody was coming close to the front of the stage. Everybody was at the front of the stage floor. I'm like, what's going on there? And my uncle's like, yo, let me go check it out. I'm like, okay. He comes back with this. Yes. An Yngwie Malmsteen guitar pick. On, let it focus there. What he explained, what happened was, any picks that Yngwie didn't use that were still left on the mic stand, the roadies were taking them off the mic stand and giving it to people that were staying in front of the thing. And my uncle was able to get one from one of the roadies. I was like, oh my god. He's like, here, you can have it. And I'm like, thank you so much. Thank you. And it's one of my Holy Grail items. And it's a pretty good pick, pretty good sized pick and stuff. I have not played guitar with this, and I plan not to. I plan to preserve this forever. But hold on, let me go grab my other guitar pick quickly to show you the size difference. Like, here's the guitar pick I usually use. Look at the size difference. Yngwie's guitar pick is like twice as big as the guitar pick I use. Has a signature on it. Yeah, you could say like, oh, he didn't play this. He didn't play with this guitar pick, but hey, it was still on the stage, still counts. So that's Yngwie Malmsteen live at the Tupelo Music Hall, November 26, 2021. If you want to check out the set list from that show. Okay, now we're gonna head into 2022. Now, the first show I saw in 2022 was back on May 5th of this year. Let me go put that over there. Was Stryper at the same venue, the Tupelo Music Hall in Darien, New Hampshire. This was an awesome show. My uncle was able to get us about third row. Now, the thing is, with the Tupelo Music Hall, there's not really any rows up front. There's no floor stage and stuff. It's all like, here's how it is. You have the stage right here. And then you have the front area right here, which is supposed to be the floor, but instead they put tables and chairs there because they have, like, you can have food there, drinks and stuff, and sit down and watch the show. Then you got and then you got a separator here, and then you got seats in the back. Well, for the Yngwie show, we were sitting over here. My uncle was able to get table seats right here, so it was about like third row seats, way up close on what was supposed to be Oz Fox's side, but for some reason Perry Richardson was on this side and Oz Fox was on the other side. And this was like a dream come true. Stryper's one of my favorite bands, and it was a dream come true for my uncle, as Stryper's one of his favorite bands. And we were so excited. We got so much merch from the show. I guess I'll show you in a minute. Just to ride over there and stuff, blasting Stryper, the latest album that they had at the time, Even the Devil Believes. Now they got the final battle out, which is a good record still. But back on this was the first show of the Calling on You tour, which is the tour that they just finished recently, and we were all excited. Like, usually before we go in, we usually have Setlist FM ready to see what the setlist is. Well, this was all brand new, surprise and stuff, ready to go in. And when we went in, I would say it was a sold. I don't know. I wasn't really fully paying attention. I think it was a sold out show, if I believe. I don't know. But as you can see on the ticket, there's no opening act here. Sorry. There's no opening act listed here. But there actually was. In the last minute, they got a local band to open. This band I never heard before because obviously they're underground and they're local, so I don't know them. a band from Boston called Firstborn, and man, they blew me and my uncle's minds. We were like, wow, they're really good. They were like melodic hard rock, mixed with traditional metal, really good stuff. And uh, the singer was pretty good. The bass player, he was kind of funny. He had a really cool four-string bass, but he was wearing like American flag spandex pants. Guitar players that they have were really good. If you want to check this band out, check out the song "Breaking the Chains" or "Break the Chains," I think it's called. It's a really cool song. And to finish the show, they actually played an Yngwie Malmsteen song. They actually covered "Rising Force" to end the show with. And yes, I recorded that and posted it on YouTube if you guys want to check that out. And me and my uncle were sold. Like, all right, we need to go buy something from this band. We need to support them. So we went out to their merch stand before Stryper went on, and we bought their latest CD called "Pick Up the Torch." And I listened to this album, and it has a lot of tracks on it, but it's actually a pretty good album. Not bad at all. Like I said, it's melodic hard rock meets traditional metal. And here's the thing, though: if you bought the CD, they would sign it for you, and they did. Here's all their autographs, and like I said, see, they cover "Rising Force." That song right there, Breaking Chains. Go check out that song. That song's pretty good. And I was talking to the singer, and I told him, "Dude, you have an amazing voice, man. I was blown away. You're awesome." And he was really grateful and stuff. They were all nice guys, but I really got a chance to talk to the singer and the guitar player. And when I said to the guitar player, "Man, you did an amazing job on that Yngwie solo. Not many people can do that really good." And he's like, "Well, I don't really." Well, I didn't really get a note for note and stuff, but I told him, "Dude, you almost got it perfectly, man. Nice job." He's like, "Thank you." And I took some pictures with them and stuff, and it was really fun, really cool guys, and really good band. Check out Firstborn if you can. But here's what we got for Stryper, and I'll talk about Stryper as I get the stuff out. We got a shirt, and Stryper were selling 2 shirts at the show. I saw. Oop, don't want to spoil anything there. They were selling this shirt, which had the Stryper logo and like a neon light thing, and on the back had the Calling on You Tour 2022 on it. If I can get it to open, hold on. Here we go. So you can see it right there, Derry, New Hampshire, first tour date right there. Hold on. Where's the thing? So, Stryper had to cut down their stage a little bit. So, if you guys seen any videos of their stage for this tour after the show, they had these 2 giant square things that had red and white. No, not red and white. Yellow and white. No, not yellow and white. God damn it. Gold and black stripes on it, and of course you have Robert in the middle of them, and they usually have more stuff on it. Like other footage and pictures I've seen, they have the Stryper logo in the back. They actually have a few jumbotron speakers, or they just have some screens on the side. But since the venue is small and stuff, they couldn't fit the logo, they couldn't fit the screens, and they had to lower Robert. And I know a lot of you guys have found my channel through those videos I uploaded. Actually, the official Stryper fan channel actually thanked me in the comments and included some of my videos in their official playlist of the Calling on You tour. And since I was all the way up on third row, I got good shots and good sound. But everybody kept asking in the comments, why does it look like Robert's hiding behind the thing? Why is Robert lower? Why is he this? Why is he that? It's because the venue was so small. If they had him rise at that normal height that he is, the cymbals would have been hitting the ceiling. So Stryper comes out, and you can probably hear in the video me and my uncle yelling, "Michael, Michael," and stuff, because obviously we're freaks. We're Stryper freaks. We love them. And they opened the show with "The Rock That Makes Me Roll," and they played so many great songs. They played my 3 favorite Stryper songs. They played Surrender, they played More Than a Man, and they played All for One, which is all amazing. Now, the thing that caught me off guard about Striper's sound, though, was there was no problems with the sound. Their sound was completely perfect. What caught me off guard was they were playing in D standard tuning, and they have always played in E and D sharp. They always played either in standard tuning or half step down, but they play in D standard. And I found out later on, like a week or two later, when Michael Sweet posted on his Instagram, he said that the reason why Striper is tuned down to D is because to save his voice, because he was talking to Kip Winger of Winger, and he said that tuning down to D was able to save his voice for another 10 years. And Michael's like, all right, so that's why he tuned his. That's why Striper has tuned down to D standard to save Michael's voice from deteriorating, not deteriorating, but from what's it called, getting aging. And I'm telling you, Michael put on a phenomenal performance. He could still hit the high notes well, and he could still solo well. And the fact that he's had cataract surgery and stuff, he didn't even wear his eye patch like you see in all the pictures and stuff from this tour and other videos. At the show I was at, he didn't wear the eye patch and stuff, which was really impressive. Oz Fox looked different. He has shorter hair because he just recovered from cancer treatment. Uh, and for some reason, he was on the right side of the stage instead of the left side of the stage. And we were kind of bummed because that's where me and my uncle were sitting at, and we were hoping to catch some guitar picks. But we couldn't since he was on the other side of the stage. And obviously, Perry Richardson, he doesn't throw his picks out to the audience, so we were kind of bummed about that. And we were even hoping to catch a Bible, but Perry Richardson, for some reason, doesn't throw out Bibles. God damn it, Perry Richardson. Why don't you do anything? I'm just kidding, bro. You're cool. You're a good bass player. But he didn't throw out any Bibles, just Michael, Robert, and Oz, and they didn't throw any our way. But like I said, if you want to check out the whole set list, go check out Striper in Darien, New Hampshire, May 5th, 2022. And if you want to check out the videos I took, just check them out in the playlist I made. So that was Striper. Oh, wait, I forgot. I also got this. I got a Striper patch, which I'll be adding to my battle jacket. I haven't made a battle jacket yet, but I'm planning to make one very soon, and I'm going to put this on here. And I got a signed CD. They were selling signed CDs there by the whole band for only $30, which is kind of crazy. I don't know. I gotta say that's a pretty good deal for a CD to be signed by the whole band for $30. I'll take that. And I got their 2015 album, The Fallen. I don't have this album, and I'm like, you know what? Since I don't own this album, how about I buy it, and not only buy it, but get an autographed version of it. So that's all the stuff I got from the Striper show. Awesome, awesome show. Definitely one of my favorite shows I've ever been to. Striper live at the Tupelo Music Hall, May 5th, 2022. Okay. Now, here's the funny thing. I saw shows back-to-back days. Like, I saw Striper on May 5th of this year, and the next day, on May 6th, I saw Candlebox. And some of you are probably going, what? You see all these metal bands and hard rock bands and stuff like Kiss, Striper, Alice Cooper, Van Malmsteen, and then you see Candlebox. Well, yeah, I liked their first album. It was actually a gift I got from my uncle. My uncle loves Candlebox, and he got tickets, and this was the unplugged tour that they did. It was all acoustic. It was just Kevin Martin, the singer, with his guitar, with the other guy, and I'll get to that in a minute. But he got me tickets as a Easter gift, and it was me, my uncle, and his coworker, he's awesome. My uncle's coworker, his name is Pat. He is awesome. He's really, like, if you guys are a fan of '90s rock, he's like the best person to talk to. His favorite bands are Pearl Jam, Rage Against the Machine and stuff. He loves Alice in Chains, and here's how big of a Pearl Jam fan he is. He's seen Pearl Jam over 30 times. And he's seen Candlebox. This was his third time, I believe, seeing Candlebox. And like I said, this was the Unplugged tour. And I saw him at the Cabot Theater in Beverly, Massachusetts. It was, I didn't really, like, After the first album, not the biggest fan of Candlebox out of the first album, but I do really like that first album though. That first album was really good. And they played a good amount of stuff from that first album. They played some other stuff that I thought were pretty cool. Like one of the songs, I forget what it's called, was off their latest album, Wolves, I think it's called, and it's pretty good. But it was a really good, fun experience and stuff. New venue and stuff. Uh, but I remember before going into the show, though, me, my dad, my uncle, no, it was just me, my uncle, and his coworker. We would walk around Beverly and stuff, checking out a local record store and stuff, just talking all about music, talking about grunge and alternative rock, having a great time and stuff. And when we went into the theater, this is like an old theater. It was like from the 1920s, I believe. And when you go in, immediately all you smell is popcorn because they don't really usually have shows here. Like nowadays they do, but back in the day they just had plays, like musicals and just regular plays and stuff. And I got the shirt here, like I said. No ticket stub though. The tickets were digital for this one. Uh, but I did take a picture of the poster that they had outside the venue. Yes, they actually had a poster, and the opening act of the show, I forget what they're called. I think they're called Fine Damn Mess or something with Damn Mess. And we were really like high up in like the nosebleeds part of the theater, and and there wasn't really fully a stage. It was mostly like it was just it was very simple. They just had like the regular stage like for the theater, and for the opening act, the opening act had like 5 or 6 members in it. Fine damn mess or whatever they're called, and it was just them strumming their acoustic guitars. Not they didn't even have like a regular bass or anything. Just acoustic bass, acoustic guitars. Not even a regular drum kit. Just like what are those wooden things you call that like acoustic drums where you just hit them with your hand like this? They had that and stuff. Just very perfectly like unplugged to the T. And they were not bad. They were kind of like folkish, I guess, alternative. I guess they weren't bad. I wouldn't say great, but they were okay. You know what? They were all right. They were all right. Kind of upbeat and stuff. Not bad at all. But when Candlebox came out and stuff, it wasn't even the full band. It was just Kevin Martin and his guitar player, both sitting on bar stools with a lamp between them. And this show was actually broadcast. So uh, if you guys, if any of you guys are Candlebox fans and want to see this show, you guys probably are side. If not, somebody already posted a live stream to YouTube of this full show. But I did record 4 songs. I, re- I recorded when they did Cover Me, Change. Let me think. What else? What else did I record? You and Far Behind. The four hits off the first album I recorded. And Kevin Mario was a pretty funny dude and stuff. Uh, he, he was talking about before they played Change. He was talking about how he wrote the song. He says he was high on mushrooms when he wrote the lyrics and stuff. Uh, and he got so high and stuff that he woke up in like a field and stuff outside of his house somehow. And then when he called his guitar player, so his guitar player said, "Hey, I have these cool ideas for a song and stuff." And he's like, "Perfect, I got lyrics and stuff," and that's how it came to be. And when he was saying how he was high on mushrooms when he wrote the lyrics to Change, he says like, I hope my mom isn't watching this live stream. He says, but he also gave some good positive talk and stuff, saying like live your life to the fullest and stuff. Don't let anyone put you down and stuff because we only live once. And man, it was a really fun, good experience. And they ended the show by covering some Led Zeppelin songs and Pink Floyd songs, which not a fan of Zeppelin or Pink Floyd, but it was cool though. Everybody was really into it and stuff. Uh, so yeah, Candlebox live at the Cabot Theater in Beverly, Massachusetts, May 6th of this year. Now we are going to go to we're going to go a few months now forward to August. Hold on, let me put that over there. We're going to go to August now of this year. August 6th of this year. My uncle, once again, he got us tickets for this. My uncle's awesome. Uh, he got us tickets to see a very controversial tour. I don't care what you guys say in the comments. I had a great time, okay? He got us tickets to see the stadium tour with Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Poison. Hold on. Actually got two shirts. And both of them were $50 each. Yes, I know, I'm crazy. I'm sorry. Let me get this out. I got two shirts, like I said. And where's my ticket stub? Here's my ticket stub. So, this is yeah, like I said, the stadium tour. So Motley Crue, the stadium tour lasted 2 nights at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox play, Fenway Park in Boston. Both of them sold out shows, which was really awesome. And I saw the second show. Def Leppard headlined it, while Motley Crue headlined the night before. And where to begin, man? This was a really fun experience. So it was me, my dad, my uncle, my aunt. Yes, my aunt went with us because she's a big Def Leppard and Poison fan. And I gotta say, out of all the shows I've been to, besides the Candlebox one, because Candlebox isn't metal, this was the show where I saw the least amount of metalheads. Like, I didn't see any Battle Jackets whatsoever. I did not, like, I saw a couple, like, Metallica shirts and some other bands some other heavier bands and stuff t-shirts, but not that much. I didn't see any Battle Jackets, so there was barely any diehard metalheads like me there. But it was mostly the casual rock crowd. Lots of, obviously, since this is mostly a glam metal show, lots and lots of what's it called, just casual rock fans and stuff, and a lot of women and stuff uh, there, and it was. Let me think. Yeah, it wasn't really that many diehard metalheads like me there, but I was also there to see Motley Crue. I love Def Leppard, the early stuff. The first three albums are great. After that, not so much. Uh, I like Poison to a degree. Like I had like a couple songs. They're mostly like a joke band to me. I don't take them seriously. I take I look at them as like Steel Panther. I don't take them seriously. They're mostly just a joke. And although I do enjoy them more than Steel Panther though. And Joan Jett, I could care less about. I don't like her music that much. And they had another opening act, classless act. But as I was saying, we get there and holy crap, this was one of the hottest days of the year. It was like in the 90s. Humidity made it feel like it was over 100 degrees, and holy shit, man. I sweated so much at that show. Everybody did. It was ridiculous, the heat. It always says it's an outdoor venue. There's no air conditioning and stuff. And thank God my uncle was able to buy tickets for the Sam Adams deck of Fenway Park. Like, if you guys don't know what Fenway Park looks like you have, let's just say you have home plate here, and then you have first base here. Well, if you look down first base, you have like right field, and then you have the seats here. There's a balcony up top there called the Sam Adams deck, and he got us exclusive tickets there. So we got stuff that most people didn't get. Like, we were able to get all you can eat food for lunch and dinner. We got free amounts of water that we could get, which came in handy because we needed to drink a lot of water because holy crap, that heat was ridiculous. It was crazy, wicked hot. And all right, let me think. So we get there, and by the time we get in, stuff Classless Act is already opening, and obviously anybody who knows who Classless Act is, they just did a song with Vince Neil, so I guess that's why they're opening. But they only play for like 15 minutes. or 20 minutes actually. They didn't play that much, and their sound was kind of like the Cheap Trick sound, very boomy. You couldn't really hear the vocals that well, but there were a lot of energy jumping around stuff. Don't know the band at all though, so I didn't really recognize any of the songs, and they were just like, after 20 minutes, done. Uh, Let me think. After them, Joe and Jen went on, and me, my uncle, my dad, and we all had lunch while listening to Joe and Jen in the back and stuff. She was alright, I guess. I don't know. I just don't like her music. Sorry. Uh, Not heavy enough for me. I'm just kidding. It's not even because it's not heavy enough. It's just like, it just never clicked with me, you know? Her music just never clicked with me. Sorry. Uh, but she was alright. She was alright, I guess. Her voice aged well, I guess. Um, but after her, it took a while for Poison to go on next, and Poison, they were a lot of fun. Bret Michaels had a lot of energy. He was super excited to be in Boston. Uh, he loves the city and stuff. And here's one thing though. I had to complain about the seats I'm at. The seats were amazing. I loved being on the Sam Adams deck and stuff, getting that treatment and stuff, like, unlimited amount of water bottles, free water bottles you can get. But the problem was, the stage was like, let's just say the stage was right here, and we were sitting here. We couldn't see the whole stage. We were sitting like on the side. So like eventually when Def Leppard and Motley Crue went up, I couldn't see like the giant mechanical robots that Motley Crue had, or the giant screens that Def Leppard had. Like, we couldn't see any of that because we were sitting like on the side. But like, if you guys see the videos I recorded, you could see how my view was. But anyways, Poison was a lot of fun. They opened with "Look What the Cat Dragged In" and stuff, and it was mostly like a shorter set list, greatest hits kind of thing. Like, they played "Talk Dirty to Me," "Every Rose Has Its Thorn," "Your Mama Don't Dance" and stuff. I don't. Let me think. Did they play on Skinny Bop? Uh, no, they didn't play on Skinny Bop, but they played "Fallen Angel" and stuff. If you guys want to check out the set list, just look up Poison live at Fenway Park, August 6th, 2022. Um, but they were a lot of fun. Poison had a lot of fun. Uh, Next up was Motley Crue, and thank God at this point the sun was starting to go down and the heat was starting to cool off a little bit. But holy crap, it was during Joe and Jeff Ruthless, Classless Act and Poison, where the heat was just ruthless, man. Like while waiting for each act to go on, stuff, like me, my dad, my uncle, and aunt, we were like trying to find the most shade, like, spots with shade, and even being under the shade, it was still ridiculously hot because of the humidity. Sorry, I keep harping on that, but it was just ridiculous. Uh, when not Def Leppard, when Motley Crue went on, they scared the crap out of everybody when they first went on, because they had the fake riot thing going on, where they had like a public service announcement alert thing with alarm going off and stuff. But and they're saying like, new riot going on, and they set off smoke and stuff. Like, if you watch the video I took of they opened the show with Wildside, they set off like a fire, a riot fire or something like that, whatever you want to call it. And holy crap, like, I was glad that I wasn't on the field and stuff of the stadium, because we would have been covered in smoke. Like, who would have been able to see anything? Giant pink cloud of smoke. And holy crap, Vince. Vince did not sound that great. It got better as the show went on, but Wildside, he sounded ridiculous. And then, oh jeez, when they played "Shout the Devil," the '97 version. Oh god, if you watch the video that I recorded them doing "Shout the Devil" live, he says like, "Shout the Devil!" And you can't hear me in the video and stuff, but while I was recording it, I was just like, "Oh my god!" And like my uncle and dad were like, "What the hell?" Because the way he was singing was he sounded like a little kid. But hey, at least he's not using backing tracks. At least we can say, like, Vince is keeping it genuine and real. But it got better as it went on. His voice became tolerable as it went on. Tommy Lee was hilarious. Uh, Having all the women flash their boobs out, and it was funny. Uh, Let me think. He did a lot of funny stuff. He forgot where he was at one point. He's like, "Wait, is this Boston?" He's like, "You know how Tommy Lee is. Tommy Lee is funny. He's clueless half the time. Really funny." Uh, Nikki Sixx was pretty good. He got everybody going. We were saying, like, check this out. This tour has been rescheduled for 2 years now, canceled for 2 years, and look at it now, back to back solo shows. Who said Rock is dead? It's not. It's still alive and stuff. And we were all like, yep, let's go. And Fenway Park can hold up to like over 30,000 people. So if sold out like that, that's amazing. But let me think. Uh, let's see. Like I said, they played Wild Side. They played Shout the Devil, the '97 version. They played Licks That Kill, which was awesome, which I recorded. Too Fast for Love, which they recorded and it was fun. Actually, no, I didn't record Too Fast for Love, no, but it was still cool. I recorded the medley that they did, where they did White Punks on Dope, Anarchy in the UK, and Helter Skelter. Uh, Obviously, they did Home Sweet Home, which I recorded. They did Dr. Feelgood, which I recorded. They did Don't Go Away Matt, which I didn't record, but I remember they played that. They played let me think. Smokey in the Boys Room, that was part of the covers medley. They played what was that other tune? Crap. Uh I'm having a big brain fart. Here we go. Yeah, they played Girls Goes Girls, obviously. Uh Let me think. I think that's it actually. I don't know. You can check out just look at the full set list here. Motley Crue live at Fenway Park, August 6th, 2022. But show wise, Motley Crue put on the best show. Like if I were to get three categories here, here's how it goes. I would have give Poison the reward for most energy, Motley Crue for the best show, but for best performance has to go to Def Leppard, man. And I got another little Def Leppard thing. Outside of Fenway Park, there was this local radio station called 92.9 Rock, and they were handing out these free uh, banner things for Rock This Place to the Ground, Rock of Ages, and stuff. I was like, you know what, I'll take it. Free thing, I'll take it. But Def Leppard, man, they put on a great show. I like how if you watch some of the videos I took, they had like lasers shining on the walls at the back of the arena. They put on, I gotta say, they played the songs note for note, and the Hysteria songs, which I'm not a fan of Hysteria that much. Like I love Women, a Woman's great song. I like Animal, and I somewhat have like uh nostalgia for Love Bites because I liked that song when I was younger. Besides that, I don't like the rest of Hysteria, but some of the Hysteria songs were actually really good live, stripped down without all the sampled vocals, layered vocals and stuff. Just having it stripped down and stuff, just it sounded pretty good actually. Um, they only played stuff from High and Dry through High and Dry, Pyromania, Hysteria. They played one song from the Last Action Hero soundtrack, and they played a couple songs off the latest album, Diamond Star Halos. They played Take What You Want. That's actually the song that they opened the show with, which was awesome. They played Two Sets Behind, obviously Photograph, Rock of Ages, Foolin'. Uh, they played Let It Go. Hysteria, obviously, they played the big hits like Pour Some Sugar on Me. Ugh, hate that song. They played Animal, though, which was pretty cool. They played the title track Hysteria. They played Rocket. Um, like I said, they put on a great performance, man. Note for note, really good, really good. Even though they haven't made a great album since 1983, they put on a great performance. So yeah. And like I said, I got a bunch of stuff from the show. Motley Crue shirt, and then a stadium tour shirt. Got the ticket stub, the laminate thing from where I was sitting, this poster thing. So yeah, that's the stadium tour live in Boston, August 6, 2022. Now we're winding down to the last two shows I've seen. Now this was a dream come true. Finally, I was able to see Iron Maiden. And I didn't buy a shirt because I already had a Maiden shirt. I have a Somewhere in Time shirt that I got during the summer purposely to wear for the show. And good thing I did because I didn't have to pay $40 for a shirt. Instead, I got a tour book. It's not really a tour book. It's formatted like a tour book, but it's a poster. It opens up like a poster. I'm telling you, this was awesome. And I'm gonna show you the poster now the tour book as I talk about it. So I went. It was me, my uncle, my dad, and my uncle's coworker again. This is the first time he's ever seen Iron Maiden live. Like I said, he's mostly into '90s alternative rock and grunge and stuff. He hasn't really seen that many metal shows. He saw Metallica, he saw Pantera, he saw Rob Zombie, but he's never seen Iron Maiden, and he was really impressed with them. As you can see, opens up like that. Really awesome with the tour dates. And a sold out show at the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts, which is a legendary venue because back in the day called the Worcester Centrum. Lots of great bands played there. Sold out show, like I said, holds about 14,000 people, I believe. So it's awesome to see it sold out. And let me think. There it was such a refresher to see a lot of metalheads there. Lots of battle jackets, lots of shirts and stuff. Let me think. Of course, you got a lot of main shirts. Good amount of Ghost shirts there. A lot of people wearing Ghost shirts and stuff. Some Metallica and stuff. Some Judas Priest. Some Megadeth. I saw one dude wearing a Mayhem shirt, which was kind of odd. I saw two people wearing Nirvana shirts, which is like, why would you wear a Nirvana shirt to an Iron Man show? Like, I love Nirvana, but like, I want to wear a Nirvana shirt to an Iron Man show. But uh, let me think. So the opening act for this show was actually this really cool band called Within Temptation. I also forgot to show you. My uncle's coworker, as a way to thank us for bringing him to the show, he got us all patch packets, which includes four patches of Eddie. Hold on, let me get it out. Trooper Eddie, Seventh Son Eddie, Mummy Eddie, and Number the Beast Eddie, which I'll be adding to my battle check eventually when I start. But as I was saying, the opening act was this band called Within Temptation. Never heard of them, and I was like, yeah, who cares? So me, my dad, uncle, and his coworker just continue walking around the arena, checking out people's shirts and stuff and battle jackets. And they go on stuff, and I could hear in the back stuff, and I was like, dang, that's a woman singing. And I'm listening as we keep walking, like, dang, that sounds pretty cool. It was like very melodic, but very modern and very heavy and stuff. And you're like, I want to go watch this band. And they're like, okay. So we went to our seats and stuff, and we kind of had like nosebleed seats, but there were still pretty good seats. And holy crap, they blew my mind that with Temptation, man. Not enough for me to go out and buy like a CD and stuff, but like I was like, wow, whatever the woman's name is, she has a great voice, and that band was pretty good. They 7-string guitars, 5-string bass and stuff. They kind of mixed everything together. They mixed some industrial mixed with symphonic, mixed with alternative metal and stuff, even a little bit of gothic metal in it. It was really cool. They dedicated one song to Ukraine, and she was like waving the Ukrainian flag around, which was pretty neat. Uh, they were really good, and if you never heard them, check out this one song that they play. I remember the chorus stuck in my head afterwards. A song called "What About Us Paradise." Really cool symphonic metal stuff. Uh, but after that, we were dying and waiting to see Iron Maiden come out. Like they played the Legacy of the Beast game footage and stuff, playing Transylvania in the background, and we were like, holy crap. And then they played Doctor Doctor over the thing. We're like, come on, Maiden, just come out already, please. And then finally they came out with Senjutsu, and I was on cloud nine, man. Like, I was recording and stuff, but if I was recording, I would have just been yelling, "Whoa!" Like holy crap! I'm finally seeing Iron Man. The first, because Iron Man's very special to me. They were the first metal band I ever got into, and I was like, holy crap! Like finally being able to see him live, finally being able to see Steve Harris live. He's the reason why I play bass. He's the guy that made me want to pick up bass and play it. And like, wow. And seeing Bruce like running, jumping all over the place stuff, and then you had the giant Jutsu Eddie right there, Samurai Eddie. It was amazing. Like I said, they opened the show with Senjutsu and Stratego, Riding on the Wall. I recorded 2 out of those 3 songs if you want to check them out. Then they changed the stage and they went into like, Blood Brothers and Revelations, which was pretty cool. Uh, and before they played Blood Brothers, Bruce Dickinson was saying like, "We're all blood brothers here. We waited 2 years for this pandemic to be over and stuff and yada yada yada." And then he was asking, "How many of you have how?" And he was like he was ready to test something. Bruce said, "How many of you here are were born after 1988?" Because he basically, here's what Bruce said. Bruce said, "I want to prove to everybody that not all Iron Maiden fans are just 50-something-year-old fat fat guys with beer bellies," he says, or something like that. And so he asked, "Anybody here that was born after 1988?" Obviously, I raised my hand. And then he said, "Anybody here that was born after 1994?" I raised my hand, obviously, and there was the this one guy that was sitting at the end of the row I was sitting in, and him and his friend, I was listening to them talk. So they were talking about Overkill, talking about Megadeth. They were old school metalheads, and one of the guys said, "Oh, the last time I saw Iron Maiden here was back in 1990 on No Prayer for the Dying." And then when he saw me raise my hand, being born after 1994, he's like, "Holy crap! The last time I saw Maiden here was before this kid was born." And I was just laughing my ass off at that. but Iron Man just, wow, man, like Bruce with the flamethrower during Flight of Icarus, and then him in the cage during Hallowed Be Thy Name. The pyrotechnics that they had for Number the Beast and Sign of the Cross were amazing. Like, if you check out the videos I recorded, just go check them out, man, because they're awesome, amazing. Yannick did his thing of throwing the guitar in the air. Dave always did what he did. Nico was funny, obviously. And of course, Steve being a badass like always. So it was definitely a dream come true. Finally seeing that giant Eddie and stuff. And there was actually something that happened in that show that actually made some headlines in like in on some metal sites. When they played Aces High, the plane malfunctioned, the inflatable airplane. Hold on, do they have a picture here somewhere? Looks like they don't, but the inflatable plane that they have uh during Aces High, the thing deflated. Like the wings were like, instead of being like normal like this, they were like this. And Bruce was even looking like, what the hell happened here? And after like a minute into the song, they had to fully deflate it and drop it down. It says the thing malfunctioned, which was kind of funny. But like I said, Iron Maiden, finally dream come true to see them. Amazing, amazing. So now we go to the final show now, the latest show I've seen. I just saw a week ago. Another dream come true to finally see this band live. Oh, by the way, I don't have a ticket stub for the Iron Man show because those tickets were digital. But originally, this show that I was gonna see, we had digital tickets, but for some reason, the ticket thing didn't work on Ticketmaster. So me and my dad had to go and get printed tickets out, which which I was happy about because I could add to my ticket sale collection. And the show I'm talking about is Wasp. Yes, I saw Wasp last week, and I got the shirt to prove it. Uh, I saw them at this recently. new venue called Big Night Live in Boston. It's actually just outside the TD Garden and holds about 2,000 people. And if you guys follow Wasp on Instagram or whatever, Wasp is always saying, "Look at all the sold out shows we have," and this was one of the sold out shows that Wasp played. And this reason why my nose is all nasally and stuff is because this is our first time going to this venue. We didn't know if it was actually attached to the garden. We didn't and stuff. We thought it was me and my dad thought it was inside the TD garden. So we were like, oh, we're not gonna be walking outside that much. So I just wore my jeans and my denim jacket and stuff, and that's it. But no, the venue was like technically part of the garden, but outside. So, and we got there 15 minutes early. So we had to wait 15 minutes out in the freezing cold, windy night in Boston. It was only 15 minutes, but holy crap, I was shaking and stuff. Like I was freezing in that cold, especially being near the water and stuff. It's crazy. But waited 15 minutes and stuff, and the line, man, the line went from the entrance down at the end of the thing down the block and stuff. The line went because the place holds 2,000 people. It was 2,000 people waiting in line and stuff, and luckily we weren't like really back in the line because there was a lot of hundreds of more people that came after me and my dad and stuff. And the thing is, my dad isn't a Wasp fan. He's not really fully a metalhead. He's mostly into Kiss and stuff. But I went there because obviously my dad has a car and stuff. He could drive me there. Plus, this was a club and stuff, so he had to say if I tried to go there by myself, they probably wouldn't have let me in and stuff. Plus, I don't have a car to drive into Boston with, and even if I did have a car, I don't want to be dealing with Boston traffic late at night. But as I was saying, I got the Wild Child shirt there, and that was one of the best experiences I've ever had at a show. So many die-hard Wasp fans with it. That was like the first show I've ever been to where, like, I could tell everybody there was a die-hard fan. There were no casuals. It wasn't like the Motley Crue show where you had all the posers and casual fans there that just know the hits of casual rock fans. No, these were die-hard metalheads, and the patches, the battle jackets that I saw were amazing. Waiting outside of the venue, so the one dude standing in front of me, he had an all Motorhead battle jacket. All he had was just Motorhead patches and pins on it. Some other people had a lot of battle jackets as well with all kinds of bands, and there was actually, and here's how it's crazy how Wasp appeals to so many kinds of metalheads. Now you obviously have the traditional metalheads there like me with the Iron Maiden fans, Judas Priest fans there. They got the hair metal and glam metal fans there, like me as well. There was this one guy, which I don't know. I know he's gonna be watching this. I hope he's watching this part. Kyle, if you're watching this right now, there was one guy there that looked exactly like you. He was wearing a bandana, teased hair, a beard, basically going for the Nikki Sixx look, and you had a battle jacket on with all the glam band patches on. Few people actually wearing all Iron Maiden patches and battle jackets, and there was actually a few death metal fans there. I saw one guy wearing a death shirt. I saw another guy wearing an obituary shirt. It was crazy. Um, but man, just like everybody there was a diehard fan. It was unbelievable. It was amazing, and the line to get to the merch stand was long, but I distracted myself by listening to the awesome music that they were playing. They were playing before Iron Man, not Iron Man, Armored Saint went on. Yeah, Armored Saint opened the show. They were playing all traditional classic stuff over the speakers. They were playing stuff like Def Leppard, Wasted, Black Sabbath, Die Young, and stuff. All classic stuff. And cool backside of the shirt. Even on the sides, that has like the Wasp logo in 40 years. But uh, finally got the shirt and stuff. I was hoping that they were gonna have a patch, so that way I could have a Wasp patch on my bow jacket eventually when I get it. But they only had pins there, and it was funny how they advertised the pins. The pins were advertised with "as seen on Stranger Things," and it shows the character Eddie, whatever his name is from Stranger Things, having the wasp pin on his jacket and stuff. And the pin was like $15. I'm like, I'm not paying $15 for a pin, so I got the shirt only. Finally happy to finally have a wasp shirt. Uh, but after getting the shirt and stuff, me and my dad went and try to get not fully close to the stage as front. Like I want to be close to the stage, but I didn't want to be fully like up against the barricades. You know, like we were like in the middle part of the of the floor because it was general admission and stuff. It was no seats and stuff. It was all standing, and uh, we found a good spot, and Armored Saint went on, and holy crap, Armored Saint were amazing. I never really looked into Armored Saint. I've always liked a few songs and stuff, but I never really fully invested my time with them. But I definitely have to check out their full length albums now. Like I've always known a song here or there, but man, they were fantastic. And it wasn't even on, John Bush wasn't even singing. Actually, John Bush was there at the beginning of the before they went on. He's like, "Hey guys, glad to finally be here in Boston. One of my favorite cities to be to." Blah 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 blah. And he says, "I got sick recently and stuff, so I'm gonna we have a replacement singer for tonight. I'm very sorry about this. I'll be back to singing very soon. But in the meantime, they had Jason McCaster sing, and if you guys know who he is, he was the singer for Dangerous Toys back in the late '80s, early '90s. If you guys know that band, and he was cool. He was obviously drunk and stuff. He even admitted that he was drunk and stuff. But even for drunk, he had a lot of energy. He was singing really good. He could hit the high vocals as well as John Bush. And they opened the set with "Rain of Fire," which was awesome. I recorded when they did "Can You Deliver." They played a "March of the Saint" and stuff. So they played three songs I recognize, and some other songs uh, I never heard of before. I really need to check out now because they blew my mind when I first heard them. Chemical Euphoria was one of them, a really cool song. Another cool song I heard Armor Saint play was a song called Win Hands Down, which was pretty anthemic. But man, they were awesome. The two guitar players were amazing and stuff. Especially, I forget, I don't know the names of the guitar players, sorry. I'm sorry to the die-hard Armored Saint fans that are watching this. I am sorry. I don't know any of the band members' names besides John Bush and Joey Vera. But um, the guitar player that had the red flying V was amazing. They were both great guitar players, and they just blew my mind, man. They were awesome. Now, before Wasp went on, these four drunken idiots decided to barge in front of me and my dad and the guy and the other people standing around us and stuff, and just started making things more crowded. Everything started getting more crowded because everybody knew Wasp was coming up. And all they did was just spitter gibberish and stuff like, "Hey, let's go to Chinatown after this. Let's look for all the hookers and retards and stuff." And they're all saying your mom jokes to each other because they're drunk and they're acting like idiots. But and like at one point he says to me and my dad like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just super excited. I'm like a pregnant woman here." And my dad just plays along with it by saying, "Just don't give birth." He said. My dad says to it. The other drunk guy started laughing, but but like I could tell he was excited though because he was saying like, "Oh, I saw Wasp back in '84, '85, and 2001 and stuff." He was like, and there was a lot of people there that were saying like, "Oh, I saw Wasp back in the '80s," which is awesome. And for some reason, though, before Arbor Say went on, they were playing, like I said, all classic traditional stuff. But before Wasp went on, they were playing System of a Down, Marilyn Manson, and stuff. It was all this weird modern stuff that they were playing before they went on. Rob Zombie, Dragula, they were playing. But eventually, Wasp went on. And holy crap, the amount of energy during that show was amazing. Being down in that floor and stuff, general missions and stuff, everybody being a diehard. Like that was the most energy I've ever experienced from a crowd and stuff, like being inside the crowd, because Iron Maiden had a lot of energy and stuff, but since it was a big arena, I couldn't really feel it that much. It's out of a small venue like that for Wasp. Oh man, it was amazing. Everybody was singing lyric for lyric. Uh, Unfortunately, though, I wish Wasp would have played more songs. Blackie only played about 10 songs, and technically, he only played 8 full songs, while he played half of Animal, and he opened the show with a medley. And the medley had On Your Knees, The Flame, Torture Never Stops, and Inside Electric Circus, which are recorded, by the way. Uh, if you check out the videos and stuff, you could see them. I was decently close enough to the stage, like half, like I said, in the middle part of the floor. Eventually, I'll get pushed back to the part of the floor, as I'll explain in a minute. But it was really amazing though when they went to Love Machine afterwards, and they showed the screens of the videos. Uh, it's just like wow. Like I love Wasp right now, but man, I wish I could have saw them back in the day. But just seeing the screens of the video of the old videos while them playing the song, it made me feel like I was actually seeing the old Wasp. Nothing against the new Wasp now. I still love Blackie and stuff in the band that he has now with Mike Duda and Doug Blair, but I wish I was on the back in the 80s. But still, though everybody was singing lyric for lyric, so much energy, it was amazing. Wild Child, everybody was going crazy. Then Blackie decided to go and play 3 songs from the Crimson Idol, because it's obviously not only the 40th anniversary of Wasp, but also the 30th anniversary of the Crimson Idol. So they played Chainsaw Charlie, The Idol, and The Great Misconceptions of Me. And during The Idol and Great Misconceptions of Me, it was so emotional and beautiful, because it was like the lighting that they had, and obviously showing footage of Jonathan and stuff in the story. It was very emotional, and I'm you're gonna laugh at me when I say this, but at the end of Great Misconceptions of Me, when they showed the footage of Jonathan hanging himself with his guitar strings, I like a tear almost came into my eye, because like I feel fully invested. Like I love that concept album so much. I love the concept of it and the sad story and stuff. And I almost had a tear come to my eye because it was so emotional. But Blackie sounded great and stuff. And then here's when the show kind of took a weird turn. When they played Chainsaw Charlie, a pit broke out. An actual mosh pit. You believe it or not. And if you guys don't believe me, go check out the video I recorded for Chainsaw Charlie, because I even pinned it down in the comments. If you go to 2 minutes and 25 seconds or something like that, you would see my camera gets knocked down like this, and you see people running around like this. Those 4 drunk guys started a freaking pit, and everybody was like, I was actually scared, because this was the first time I've ever seen a pit in person. Obviously, I've seen pits and mosh pits and videos, but never a person like right in front of me. And like my dad's like, get back, and like I'm like, I know. And here's how it was for like the rest of the show. Like my dad was trying to push people that were getting pushed back. I guess he was trying to push them back and stuff, and I was trying to prevent my dad from accidentally being pulled in. So I have my right hand was trying to record, while my left arm was around my dad to try to prevent him from getting pulled in and stuff. I was actually scared, but I know you might be saying like, "Why are you scared for?" and stuff. Well, I don't want to get me and my poor dad get pulled in, and we get the living shit beat out of us, and then because it was a violent pit, man, it was. And if you don't believe me, there was this one dude staying next to me. He said he literally saw Creator. Creator, people. He saw Creator a week ago, he said, and the pit at Creator wasn't as violent as this and stuff. And he was actually a pretty cool dude and stuff. We were talking stuff, and he's both a thrash head and a glam metal head, because he saw LA Guns, he saw Cinderella, he saw Rat and stuff. Well, also he's seen Metallica, he's seen Slayer before they retired, he saw Creator, like I said. He's a really cool dude. And at the end of the show, he was like, "We survived, boys," and he gave me and my dad a fist pump and stuff. Uh, and he was even happy that there was an encore. He's like, I don't really like encores and stuff, because I just want to get into other songs, but we needed an encore, he says, because everybody needs to calm down. He's like, and we both agreed and stuff. And the pit lasted for a while. It lasted, like I said, started during Chainsaw Charlie. It went through Blind in Texas, and the thing is, I posted Blind in Texas, but it's only about like the last half of the song. First, the first half of the song I lost because some guy in the pit got thrown out of the pit, bumped into my dad, which bumped into me, and I hit my back right against the edge of the floor and stuff because there's like a bench there, and my phone glitched and I lost the first half of the footage of it. Uh, it went through that. It happened. It went through Animal when they did Animal and stuff. Everybody went nuts during Animal. I didn't record anything because I just want to enjoy it. Seeing uh like the little narration on the screens and stuff, and then showing D. Snyder talking to the PMRC. It was all about the PMRC and stuff. Uh, but yeah, Pit went on there. Finally, the Pit calmed down and finally ended during the Real Me when they played the Real Me. And watching I wish I would have recorded the Real Me now in retrospect, but I was just watching it, enjoying it. And seeing the video up on there and seeing like Frankie Banali in there, Johnny Rod, I was like, Johnny! Because Johnny Rod's awesome, man. He's a cool dude, and so is Frankie, God rest his soul. But like I said, Blackie sounded great all along and stuff. And just before they ended the show with I Want to Be Somebody, Blackie was explaining why Wasp hasn't toured in over 10 years or close to 10 years. He was saying that the reason why they haven't toured so long here in the States was because promoters and stuff thought that Wasp wouldn't be able to sell venues, let alone sell out venues. Well, he explained like, well, I proved them wrong because tonight's show was sold out, last night's show was sold out, and tomorrow night's show was sold out. And I actually checked out Wasp's Instagram today, and on this show they've had about 13 sold out shows on this tour, which is awesome, really great for Wasp. And they went to I Want to Be Somebody, and I recorded that and stuff, so if you guys want to check it out. And I loved how they showed each member, past and present, on the screen, like in a slideshow. And when they showed Chris Holmes, everybody, including me, went, woohoo! And then when they showed Johnny Rod, I was the only guy that went, woo! Because Johnny Rod's awesome. And they showed Frankie, which everybody went, woo! And I'm like, yep, Frankie was definitely my favorite Wasp drummer. And they show like Tony Richards and Stephen Riley, Stan Howland, Mike Duque and stuff. But yeah, so and but that's not where it ends though. Once the show ended, me and my dad were like our legs were killing us because we were standing all that time and stuff. And for like 3 hours straight we were standing, so we were sitting down on the bench there and stuff. And then I noticed, wait, why are so many people up at the stage? They're throwing out picks again, like at the Invade show. So I'm like, I quickly run up there, hopefully to catch a pick. And once I get there, the roadie throws the last pick out to some guy in the front. I'm like, damn it! If I was there before, I would have gotten a Wasp pick. But hey, at least I got this awesome shirt and the ticket stub and the great memories to go along with it. So that concludes this video, guys. I know, I told you this was gonna be a long video, an hour and a half, but hey, I hope you guys enjoy it and stuff. I gotta fold all these shirts and put everything back now, but hey, it was worth it because I want to tell you all the stories and all my stuff I got at shows. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for over 14 thank you guys so much for over 400 subs. Thank You guys are the best. Thank you for 500 followers on Instagram, and thank you for 350 followers on TikTok. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Peace.